What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Machiavelli Mills back with another one. Today I was reading a book. I was reading Charlemagne the God's book, Black Privilege, and in this book he had a quote that resonated with me like profoundly. As soon as I read it, it just hit me, and it was something that I felt like I had to share on my social media pages. And that quote is, "Your fear of looking stupid is holding you back." And that quote resonated with me so much because that fear of looking stupid is what had me like it prevented me or stalled the creation of this channel. It stalled the creation of this YouTube channel in the first place. I really had this idea of having a channel in my mind for about 2 years before I even did it. But I know the fear of being criticized heavily or being ridiculed by my peers stopped me from creating a channel. And I know, like, I was too grown to even be thinking like that. Like, I'm too grown to really even be caring about what people think about the content that I create, or too grown to be thinking about or caring about what people got to say about something that's a passion of mine. But at the time, when I first thought about it and was hesitant to do it, I was like 22 years old. And I'm like, man, nah, man, people going to be looking at me like, who he think he is? He think he's somebody important, or he think he's Stuart Scott. He think he one of these people on TV. He ain't nobody. Like, he ain't even doing it right. He ain't even got this. He ain't got a backdrop. He ain't got this. He ain't got that. He ain't got a legit camera. So it stalled me, and I kept making excuses in my mind to stop making a channel, and I would say stuff like, well, I don't have the right equipment. I don't have the right lighting. I don't have anybody to do the channel with me. And when this whole time, I could have just been making content by myself and using my phone, because this is what these creations are for. We got all these different gadgets, all these different media gadgets and stuff. And I wasn't utilizing them to my best abilities, or utilizing them to do something that I really wanted to do in the first place. And so, yeah, I really stalled making this channel because I'm like, I don't know what people gonna say about it. I don't know if I can, I don't know if people really gonna take to my content. I don't know if the criticism that they give me, is it gonna be like, man, like, oh man, am I that bad? Like, I really didn't know what was gonna happen. But in my mind, I made up my mind to say that if I don't do this now, if I don't create this channel now, it'll never get created. And I'm always gonna find an excuse to not do it. I'm always gonna find an excuse to just procrastinate on the channel. And I came to realize that nobody is ever gonna love everything that you do. You're not going to get 100% supporters in anything that you do. So I've had videos that I created and shared to y'all that have gotten, a nice amount of dislikes, or some comments where people are refuting the statements that I make. And I've grown to accept that. Like, that's perfectly fine, because I've accepted that in this arena where I'm giving my opinion and perspective on things, people are going to have views that differ from mine. And that's okay. They can have different views. It's fine. But one thing that I had to get over was that, I guess, looking like I was going to be looking crazy, or looking like, thinking I'm going to embarrass myself to other people. And really, in my mind, when I created this channel, I said, you know what? Whoever, as long as it's one person that likes what I'm doing, one person who gives me some positive feedback, I'm going to just keep it going and see where it takes me. Right now I'm at 1,000, just barely over 1,000 subscribers, but really, I'm grateful for that, because to be honest, I've come a long way. Because I wasn't even telling people that was close to me, people that like some of my fraternity brothers. I wasn't even telling them, because I really didn't want to. I guess, like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing, if it's gonna come out right. I don't know if people gonna take to it. I don't know if people gonna think I'm not professional enough. But it is what it is, man. And sometimes you just gotta go for the gusto. And just put out whatever you got, because you never know who's gonna take to it. You don't know what type of attention is gonna attract. You don't know who people may just feel the realness of your content despite you not having all the theatrics that go along with it. And that's really something that I learned. And even in life, even besides this YouTube channel, I keep referencing the YouTube channel because it's just something that I know was stopping me from creating a channel in the first place. But with anything you're doing, it's a lot of things that I know a lot of people, I know people personally that have talents and have aspirations of doing certain things but won't do them because they're afraid of how their peers will respond to it. And my take on it is, especially now with me having this channel, just go for it. Shoot for it. Like, because you never know what type of response you're going to get. You could get an incredible response that you could never even have anticipated getting. Like, I remember, like, I make a lot of content. I make content just because it's certain things that I want to talk about. When I made a video addressing the Russell Wilson and Ciara situation, the co-parenting situation with Future, I remember when I first made it, it maybe got like 60 views for like a month. Like 100 something views in like 2 months. And then eventually it just caught on, and then next thing I know, I had like 22,000 views on it. And I didn't even know where it was gonna take me. I didn't know if people was gonna ridicule me, like, oh, that's a stupid argument for you to have or whatever. But I reached the point now where how I feel is how I feel. And I'm never gonna be afraid to express how I feel to the public. Nor am I gonna be afraid to express whatever type of content that I have to people, because people are always gonna have something negative to say. I could have the most perfect video and people gonna always find something to nitpick. And people gonna always say, oh, he ain't doing this right, or he ain't doing that right, or who he think he is. But you can't let that hold you back, because it's a lot of people that have made it in life to be successful that have received heavy criticism. Oh, that ain't gonna work. That ain't nothing. That ain't big enough. You need to do something else. That ain't it. And in their mind, they feel like they had the drive and the resiliency to say, you know what, I'm going to still keep pushing. I'm going to keep doing this, and we're going to see what's going to happen from it. And, and that's the type of approach that I'm beginning to take now. Like, this whole thing, your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. We don't never want to look like we doing too much, or we going over the top with something, or we just stepping in the lane that's not for us. And sometimes, not a lot of times, you can't be scared to step into them lanes that people may not put you in, or people may have not felt like you would be the person to be in this position, or be in that lane. You got to go to them lanes if it's calling, if it's something that you feel like is calling you, or if it's your calling, or you got a strong passion for it. Do it. Because like, I really am mad at myself now, because I could have been doing this at a time where I was in an environment where, like, especially when I was in college and in grad school, I was in an environment where creative ideas, just like creativity, was just all around me. Content was all around me. I could have been doing so much more. But the fear of me, I could have been recording my radio shows that I had. I had a radio show when I was in college. I could have been recording those shows to put on YouTube while I was doing it. And you could have seen me and my co-host interact. Me and the engineer working on the board. You could have seen how we all interacted with each other, and could have seen how it all came together with it, which could have created just a whole like dope experience. But because I was too afraid of what people would think about me or think about the stuff that I was doing, I stopped doing it. And it held me. And I just think now it's so silly of me to think like that, because it could have been just some excellent type of, like, excellent material, excellent content could have been produced. I remember one time too, my teacher made me get out of my comfort zone, because I had this whole fear of looking stupid. I had a class, and I put up this video where I did a stop motion film. Like, I took pictures. So I had a friend of mine take pictures of me while I was in motion to create a story. And I used Photoshop to put it all together and made some edits and made like an actual stop motion film from those 1,600 pictures that I took. And I remember when I was going around campus and I was walking slow and having my boy record me. Before I did it, I'm like, man, people gonna be looking at me crazy. They gonna look like, what is he doing? Like, who he think, like, what is, that's weird. Why is he acting weird? Like, I thought people was gonna look at me as weird. And I expressed that to my teacher, like, man, people gonna think I'm looking weird when I do this. And he was like, listen, we're on a college campus. If people ain't doing something weird or expressing themselves creatively where people think it's weird, that's something wrong. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? This could be something dope. So I'm just going to do it. Regardless of what people think about me or people looking at me like I'm weird. I can explain to them what I'm doing and move forward. And I explained to people what I was doing and put them actually in a stop motion film. And they thought it was dope. And when I put it out on Facebook, I got a huge response and great reaction from this video that I made. So it just let me know that a lot of fear was holding me back from creating some great things to share with people and holding me back from reaching my full potential. So I'm never going to live by that anymore. Like, I'm never going to be like scared to look stupid or look dumb, because at this point, man, like, there's no such thing as looking stupid and looking dumb as if you're being genuine in what you're doing, if you got a genuine passion for something. So it is what it is with me at this point. I'm going to make the content that I want to make. I'm going to share it, and I'm going to put it out there for everybody to see. And I'm going to be receptive of constructive criticism, and I'm going to be receptive of whatever comments that people got, because I've been doing it now. I've gotten videos where people think I was off base with something, and I'm perfectly fine with that. You can express how you feel, and I will express how I feel, and that's cool. But I just feel like I gotta share that message with other people, because I'm sure that people have talents that people don't even know about. There are other people that know that person. They might not even know that that person has that great talent and been friends with them for years, but they're afraid to express it because they don't want to be ridiculed and they don't want to be talked about so bad, because we are in a generation where people just quick to clown something, especially with social media. But I feel like this, man. As long as I'm being true to myself in anything that I'm doing, and as long as I'm being honest to who I really am and being sincere in my efforts, or sincere in whatever I got a passion about, it's cool. It's cool with me. I'm going to put it out there. Y'all can feel how y'all feel and take it in however y'all want to take it in. But I'm going to say what I got to say, and I'm going to create the content that I want to create, and I'm going to express to the world what's on my mind at any given time, in any type of way, in any shape, form, or fashion. And I would hope that you all would appreciate it, and I would hope that it's something that you all would help motivate you to do something that's outside of your comfort zone, or do something that you've been wanting to do, but you don't want people to look at you funny, or you're kind of tentative about doing it because you didn't want to receive a certain type of reaction or a negative reaction. So it is what it is, man. I read that quote and I just felt like it was powerful. If you got a clothing line that you want to create that clothing line. If you got like a design that you want to make, or a logo that you want to design, create that logo. If you got a business that you want to start that business. If you got a YouTube channel that you want to start that YouTube channel. If you got a blog you want to make, start it. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the most successful people had those same doubts in their mind. They had the same doubts that me and you have. Like, I don't know if it's going to blow. I don't know if people are going to like it. But they took a chance. And life is about taking chances for the things that you love doing. And so with that being said, man, I'm going to leave y'all with that. Follow y'all dreams. Do what's in your heart. Do what you feel like is your calling. And whatever people got to say, don't matter. As long as you know you being true to what you love and being true to your passion, so be it. Put it out there. Start it up, because you never know where it go. You never know where it's gonna go. Man, God rest his soul. My big brother, man, he always used to live by this quote. When he was in high school, he put this quote in the yearbook. Morgan Park High School class of 2002. He put this quote as his quote in the yearbook. Shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you're bound to land amongst the stars. So, my late great brother, older brother, Michael J., he had that quote, and I'm going to live by that same quote as well. I'm going to shoot for the moon. If I miss, hey, it may be bound to catch on with somebody. And who knows what will happen from there? Who knows what will happen from that point? So that's all I got to say, y'all. Machiavelli Mills TV. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.